Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to Big Mouth Live. And we are live. Just waiting for some people to come in. Just making sure I've got nothing on. I'm wearing something. My other devices because this internet's rubbish. Anything else is on and then the internet connection's going to be rubbish. Good evening, good evening. Our first viewer, Bobcat. Hey, Mickey, Ronnie Dodge. Hey, Mick. And tonight we are asking, is this the worst era of entertainment ever? I think it's a terrible era for entertainment. No variety, purely capes, purely blockbusters and IPs, reboots and relaunches on TV and in film. I'm saying it's the worst era in entertainment ever. And I would like to know your opinions about that because I feel it's absolutely awful. I just can't think of the last original project I saw. Now, Army of the Dead is an original project, which is good, but it's based on zombies. Bobcat, did you hear about the potential Smallville cartoon? Yes, Bobcat, I did hear that a couple of weeks ago that Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum are developing something. I'd be very excited with the actors to come back to do the voices. That would be sensational, as I was an obsessed Smallville fan. When Smallville was active, Smallville, as sad and as pathetic as this sounds, Smallville was my life. I was obsessed, mostly by Michael Rosenbaum's Lex Luthor, but the show as a whole was just a sensational concept. So I'd be really happy. And if this does happen, hopefully we can kind of get a Metropolis live action spin-off as well, which is something us Smallville fans were fighting for while the show was active. But no, they tried to do an Aquaman spin-off. Bobcat, sounds like me with the Suicide Squad. Yeah, I was obsessed. It was such an exciting time. And it wasn't just Smallville that was great back then. We had 24, we had Alias, we had Prison Break, we had Lost. What have we got now? Oh, by the way, have we all heard that Henry Cavill will return in Enola Holmes? Basically, no one's going in to watch Enola Holmes. Hopefully her role is reduced because nobody put that at number one of Netflix's views because of Millie Bobby Brown. Respect, Millie, you're good at what you do and everything. But at the end of the day, it's just there as a female-led thing. But really, it was all about Henry Cavill's Sherlock Holmes, wasn't it? Let's be honest. Yeah, so I do feel that we are in a very mediocre time. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, Hollywood's running out of ideas. I don't think they're running out of ideas. They're not interested in having any ideas. Another superhero, another cape, and then we've got this kind of representation and inclusion jargon, which is every time they announce a project, we're interested in representation and inclusion. Talk about the project, talk about the characters, talk about the concept. No, we're interested in representation and including people that we already represent anyway. So it is Ronnie Dodge. Yeah, this era is not great. Hollywood is running out of ideas. Ronnie Dodge, as I say, go woke, go broke. That's a very famous saying. Unfortunately, it's a very true saying. I don't particularly like the word woke because everybody uses it, but there's a bit of truth in that, of course. It's a creatively bankrupt industry now. Yusuf Al-Jawan. So many people right now watch anime and read manga over comics. So low. I think comics are still popular, but yeah, manga and anime are very popular. I've never touched them myself. But yeah, I think comics are still popular for sure. But unfortunately, we've got a bunch of crazy people running entertainment and comics now, and they don't really have much talent in terms of storytelling. Basically, we have a bunch of politicians running entertainment. So, and when that happens, and when the lunatics take over the asylum, you've got a problem. And, we saw what Margot Robbie did with Birds of Prey. Ronnie Dodge, I don't want every movie being political. It's getting boring. Not only is that a problem, we've had political messaging in movies before. All over the place. Oliver Stone was famous for it, his anti-war sentiment and stuff. It's the way you do it, right? And the movie still has to be bloody good. And half these movies are not that interesting. Yusuf Ajuwan, I moved to at least Japan. They create original characters, which is great. Bobcat, got to be diverse and equal. If we're being equal, you wouldn't be making straight white males evil or their roles reduced all the dang time now. Yeah, it's not about representation and equality. It's about revenge. It's because these minorities weren't represented 30, 40 years ago. So they've got to reduce our roles in films now and make films that are not for us. It's about revenge from these alt-leftists, right? These nut jobs. So you're absolutely spot on there, Bobcat, and a really good take. Good evening to the people who have just arrived in the chat. We're asking, is this the worst era in entertainment ever? And I absolutely think it is. I'm very unmotivated. You know, I love superheroes. You know, I love DC. But that's all we got. Where's the other stuff, right? Where's the great TV shows? Where's the 24s? Where's the Losts? Where's the Alias, man? Where's the fucking Knight Riders? Where's the A-Teams? Do you know what? Listen to this. Listen to this. Bobcat, it's stupid. It's stupid if we keep going like this. It's just never-ending cycle of bullcrap, and they're going to go bankrupt. Ronnie Dodge is making men look all evil, and we are bad. For some reason, they've held your message up for review, but I read it out anyway, and now I'm going to hide it because I read it. So they lost. But at the end of the day, yeah, that's right. Think about this. In the UK, where I was born and bred, we had literally, growing up, we had 3 channels, and I had this little VHS recorder, right? And I had tapes full of great entertainment. Dozens of episodes of A-Team, Knight Rider, Airwolf, Street Hawk. It was great. Ronnie Dodge, early 2000s was great. I think the mid-noughties is when it all went wrong. You're right. The early 2000s were great for TV. It was like a new kind of era of original television. Smallville, Lost, 24, all those great shows. It was amazing. There was even good little shows that didn't last, like Invasion and, you know, The Event and things like that. But there's no imagination. It's not about entertainment anymore. It's not about that. It's about blatant messaging. Blatant messaging. So these people are nut jobs and they're going to bankrupt themselves. It's as simple as that. And we'll still have our stuff we grew up with and love, and we can watch that unless they kick our doors down and take that from us. Who knows in this crazy world we live in right now? But yeah, it's not a great time. There's not much to look forward to. There's not much good in entertainment anymore, and that's a shame. I feel it's so blatant now, and it's not just the people in films, it's the journalists who support this propaganda as well. And basically, all you get is a bunch of white men complaining that their childhoods are being messed up. You ain't messed up my childhood because I've got the stuff I grew up with and I'm loving it. It's great. But we're just not watching the stuff that you want us to watch. Elizabeth Banks blamed men for Charlie's Angels failing. It failed because it was a load of crap love. Bobcat, you know, I mean, I grew up with Nickelodeon stuff like iCarly and Drake and Josh, and they are rebooting iCarly, so I'm excited to see that again. It won't be as good as it was, mate. I can promise you that. These people are creatively bankrupt. All they do is reboot stuff, the stuff that we liked. They reboot it and make it crap. Classic example. I love the original Dynasty. The CW Dynasty is shite. Please don't reboot Dallas. You touch Dallas, I will come and find you, right? I promise you that. But these people have got no imagination. They're not actually interested in making great entertainment. That's the core problem here, I think. Ronnie Dodge, I just watch old movies. Yeah, I do. I watch old stuff because the new stuff is crap. I barely watch anything on Netflix that's original or Amazon Prime. Bobcat, it probably won't be, but I mean, they rebooted Full House and it wasn't the worst thing ever. Isn't that the problem, that you're saying it wasn't the worst thing ever? Wasn't that great either, was it? But it was okay, you're right. It was okay. And when they reboot stuff, they change it. So if it's a male lead, they put a person of colour in the lead or a woman, you know, create original content for women and minorities, right? But no, we can't do that. That's That's too much like hard work, isn't it? We wouldn't want to make you watch too hard, to work too hard. Does anyone watch that Tarius Unlimited channel when he reviews Batwoman? It's fucking hilarious. I mean, he's putting on an act and everything, and it's all bullshit, but it's funny. Bobcat, as long as we don't reboot Harry Potter, I'm good. They will one day. But I'm sure we'll continue Harry Potter very soon. In fact, I've heard that Warner Media have got big plans to continue Harry Potter from the last film that they did. Not Fantastic Beasts, but the final Harry Potter part of the story they were doing so. But J.K. Rowling has been cancelled. So it's a bit difficult right now. So if she's not involved, I would be very concerned about that IP as well. J.K., why didn't you just keep your mouth shut? These people just can't keep quiet, can they? Don't get it. Keep quiet. Keep making great stuff, right? Everyone's political now, everyone. This crazy industry is obsessed with politics rather than entertainment. Do your job first, then you can justify your opinions, right? But you don't even do your damn jobs, do you? Enola Holmes. Boring. Hello, I'm Enola Holmes. And I'm a woman. So you must watch me. Ronnie Dodge, the one movie franchise they better not touch is Back to the Future. If they do, I will have a BF. Well, do you know what? Robert Zemeckis and Steven Spielberg have already told them there's no way they're ever rebooting that. So that's been a discussion for a while now, and it's never going to happen. The only way you can do that is if Spielberg and Zemeckis were involved, because these mediocre, untalented twats shouldn't touch what's great, right? I mean, they will one day, so it'll probably be Whoopi Goldberg as Martine McFly, right? And it'll be probably Dame Helen Mirren. Yeah, Dame Helen Mirren as Dakota Brown. That's a good one, isn't it? Dame Helen Mirren as Dakota Brown and Whoopi Goldberg as Martine McFly. Or Millie Bobby Brown. Yeah, Millie Bobby Brown as Martine McFly. That's what they'll do. And they call that inclusion and representation. But they don't care about entertainment. I mean, it's very difficult going down my Twitter feed. A lot of these jackasses, the shit they say. It's really hard not to respond, but sometimes you've just got to keep on scrolling. Bobcat, don't you put that out into the universe. Martine McFly, just imagine it. But you know what? This is funny, but you know they would do it. Martine McFly and Dakota Brown, they would do it. You know they would do it, don't you? Ronnie Dodge, I'm excited for Helen Mirren being in Shazam 2. I love Dame Helen. She's a lovely lady. And I actually asked, what's his name? My mate who I watch on YouTube. What's his fucking name? Oh my God! I forgot his name now. English guy, used to be a druggie, did Big Brother's Big Mouth. Forgot his name now. I asked him what it was like to work with her in the Arthur reboot, and he reckons she was lovely. I'm telling you, I might actually go to Hollywood with this reboot. So let's come up with a plot, right? So what are Martine McFly and Dakota Brown going to do? Right, so basically they're lesbian lovers, right? So they're lesbian lovers. One's about 21 and the other one's about 27. But it's okay because they're women and they're lesbians and they're part of the LGBTQ community. And so basically one day Dakota is going down on Martine and she comes up with the idea for the flex capacitor. And she gets up the covers, she licks her lips because they're still a bit wet, right? And she creates the flex capacitor. So these great lovers, they go on this amazing trip to when black people were slaves, and they have this really good messaging how all white people are bad and all black people are good, right? And then we go to the Second World War to remind us yet again about what happened there. because we all know who works in Hollywood, don't we? And they love reminding us, even though they weren't the only ones that were treated abysmally by the Nazis, by the way. But hey, anyway. And what lessons have they learned, by the way? They're doing to the Palestinians what was done to them. Just think about that. But yeah, so we got Martha McFly, yeah. Martha McFly can be like Martine's having an affair with Martha. They're sisters, but they're having a bit of incest. Ronnie Dodge, after watching the deep fake, I wouldn't mind Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland doing it, but the only two I would let to touch them classic movies. Well, they could be in it, but you still need someone who, the creatives, the directors and the writers. Personally, I wouldn't want to see that. He's not Michael J. Fox. He can't do it. I'm sorry. Just leave it alone. He's probably going to lose his job as Spider-Man soon, so he will probably do it. No creativity whatsoever. That's what I'm saying. No imagination. They'd love to reboot Back to the Future with some representation and inclusion to mix it in as well, but they're not allowed to do it, so that's great. Ronnie Dodge, no, yeah, totally agree. Just leave it be. Leave it be, but they don't leave anything be. But they have to leave that be because Zemeckis and Spielberg have said no. But unfortunately, because Disney have bought Lucasfilm, we're going to get a woke Indiana Jones movie. And he's probably going to have a daughter in it, right? Because they've already cast a woman in it, right? So she's going to be his daughter, right? Phoebe Waller-Bridge. And she's going to be the next Indiana Jones. Congratulations to hell, right? Sanders Andrews, J.K. Rowling doesn't need to be involved. She had nothing to do with the first 6. You're wrong, Sam. I'm afraid you're very wrong. She was very much involved with those films. They wanted it to be set in American school, and she wouldn't allow it. She insisted it be set in the UK, and it was. Nothing happened unless she okayed it. She was on the set a lot, so she had a lot to do with Harry Potter, for your information. Bobcat, yes, she did, Sam. Absolutely, Bobcat. So has anyone seen the first 15 minutes of Army of the Dead yet, then? I haven't. I don't think he's released it yet. Apparently, that's the best thing about the film, the first 15 minutes, and it depreciates after that, according to some critics. You see, Zach, now he can't do superheroes. He's going back to the other thing he knows, which is zombies. Bobcat, no, I haven't. Nor have I. I think I'll wait to see the movie. But apparently the first 15 minutes are amazing, and some people are actually saying it goes downhill from there. So I can't wait to see the movie and judge it for myself. Bobcat, Aquaman Air Bubble cameo. You should do it. Ronnie Dodge, do you remember when a toxic Snyder fan did an artist drawing of Wonder Woman cutting the heads off the Walter Hamada and Geoff Johns? That's today's world. Yeah, I'm afraid these people don't understand. These people don't understand. They eat, drink, and sleep Snyder. Now, I love the guy's DC movies, but these people take it too far. They eat, drink, and shit Zack Snyder. And what we should be doing is asking these people, what has Walter Hamada done wrong? I need to know, right? What evidence have you got of what he's done? What has he done? What has he done? And this is why everybody hates them in the industry, right? So, Ronnie, it's not good. Wonder Woman cutting the heads off Walter Hamada and Geoff Johns, that's just ridiculous, isn't it? They take it too far, you see. And this is why we're treated like toxic fans, right? Kavari, toxic Snyder fanboys. Fanboys, fangirls, whatever. But you know what? Scott Edwards. Hello, Scott. What have you got to say to me tonight, then? Let's talk Smallville, Scott. Let's talk about something that was good back in a time. Imagine Smallville now. Clark wouldn't be able to save Lana or Lois because men can't save women. Imagine that. They'd be saving him, even though they're ordinary human beings and he's got superpowers, right? We have 10 people in the chat. They'll be leaving soon. People always leave my chats. Ronnie Dodge, he hasn't restored the Snyderverse and they want to move on. That makes him target number one. Well, unfortunately, Zach pushed them too far and Ray Fisher. Hot Takes Tuesdays, lol. Hello, Hot Takes Tuesdays. Bobcat, Zach's DC films got crap reviews until this last one, and everyone had to because of Zach's toxic fanboys who would cancel them on Twitter. Well, I'll tell you what, if I didn't like the film, I wouldn't be scared of anyone. I would have done a video. I was very honest of my review of it. It was a positive review, but if I didn't like the bloody film, you know, Joel Davies, Mickey, what's your score prediction for United versus Liverpool? Do you know what? I've got a bad feeling this is going to be a 0-0, but they've blocked the Liverpool bus already. So I don't even know if the game's going to go ahead. This is getting ridiculous. We're never going to play that game, right? We're never going to play the game, right? I'm all for Glazers out, but so 0-0, Joel. Yusuf, I can't get my words out. Yusuf Ajuwan. Why Marvel and DC can't get comics to sell, but they can make successful billion-dollar movies? Well, you know what, Yusuf? They are selling some comics, and DC actually, AT&T are doing well with the comics. They've made some great business decisions there. Scott Edwards, you see. Although Hot Takes Tuesdays, although I think Superman Saves Lois too much in the Snyder trilogy, but good point about how agenda is up storytelling. True. Scott Edwards, where do you rank Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut in the DCEU? Oh, pretty high. Pretty high. I mean, it would come probably, I say probably, I don't know. Hang on. Wonder Woman is my number one, right? Wonder Woman's my number one. Man of Steel is my number two. BVS is my number three. So, Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut will probably come fourth. I don't think Zack Snyder's Justice League Snyder Cut is as good as Batman v Superman. That's just my opinion. Bobcat, I'd like to, but I know people who don't like it and always saw they like it because they worried the toxic Snyder fans will come after them. You know what? Just block them all. Just block them all. You know what? If they came after me, they wouldn't get away with it. I've already warned people. Don't mess around with me. You know, I'm a gangster, mate. I'm literally a gangster. I'm going to have my opinions. And if people don't like it, they're going to find a horse's head next to them, right? It's up to them, right? It won't be a real horse's head. It'll be like made of candy floss or something because I wouldn't do that to a horse, right? You know what I mean? Sam the Jan reviews, they should Harry Potter and the Cursed Child would be awesome. I've been saying that for ages, Sam. Hot Takes Tuesdays. I think Lois finding out Superman's identity before he even became Superman was some of that dumb side of the feminism creeping in. Although I'm not anti-feminist. Scott Edwards, Chloe really walks the edge of the line sometimes. Oh, definitely, Scott. She definitely can be a bit of a dark character, and now she's aligned with Lionel Luthor, or she did at the end of season 2. But obviously, Lionel, did you watch the finale? The thing is, right, I didn't particularly like her finding out in Smallville, but what they wanted to do, because we weren't going to have a Superman show, is show that relationship kind of a bit further in. Sam Dejan reviews, I like Zack Snyder's Justice League more because it was more hopeful and lighter compared to BVS. Yeah, I don't mind if the film's light or not. I wouldn't mark a film down or up because it's light or dark. It's about the content and how it makes me feel. Sam Dejan reviews, BVS, I found it trying to be too dark. Interesting. Scott Edwards, 4 more episodes to go in season 3. I nearly gave you a spoiler. Lucky I didn't then. Yeah, I think Lowe is finding out, look, they wanted to do it because there's a lot of people who believe if she doesn't find out, she looks dumb. But I like it in the old Christopher Reeve movies when she doesn't know. Although him kissing her and her forgetting that he's Superman was ridiculous. Bobcat, the Suicide Squad is confirmed rated R. Well, because I've seen the test screening, I knew it would be R rated anyway for violence and gore, language throughout drugs use, sexual references, and brief graphic nudity. I know. Hot Takes Tuesdays. Do you agree with my point? Lois finding out Superman was Clark in Man of Steel was boring. No, I don't agree with you. Like that beginning dynamic of Lois finding out. No, not only do I like the way she found out, because it was natural, she was part of the adventure. And I think they did that really, really well. So I liked all of that. Kavari, James Wan tease, Manta Squad. What could that? What? When did he do that? Where is it? I need to read it. Manta Squad. And you're telling me the DCEU's done? Up yours, haters. That's awesome, Kavari. If you've got a link for it, or if it's James's Twitter, let me know, please. Hot Takes Tuesday. Sorry you answered my question. I did, but I didn't mind answering it again with more detail. Bobcat, wait, that motion. Is there a sex scene? Ronnie Dodge, Mick, list the people who you think who will be in The Flash as cameos. Nicolas Cage's Superman. Grant Gusting's The Flash. Brandon Routh's Superman. And basically everyone you can think of that's relevant. Obviously, they can't have everyone, but they'll be important. Definitely Brandon Routh, definitely Nick Cage, definitely Grant Gusting, maybe even Stephen Amell's Arrow, because I think that guy is wonderful. And even though Arrow was shit after a while, he always played it dark and broody. He's a great guy, by the way. So I think there's even going to, maybe Helen Slater's Supergirl. Who knows? That will be exciting. Scott Edwards, 8 more weeks till Black Widow and 12 more weeks till the Suicide Squad. Excited for both, but I'm more excited for the Suicide Squad. Ronnie Dodge, instead of the trench, we get a Manta Squad. That's sick. Do you think that's what we're going to get then? What details has he given? Where have you seen this? I need information. Hot Takes Tuesdays, fair enough. I think it ruined their relationship. Clark didn't have to struggle to get her. I think that tension is good for building romantic chemistry. She just found out who he was and it was all over him. But I tell you what, though, if I was Lois, I'd be all over Henry Cavill, to be fair. Not that I'm that way inclined, and if I was, there'd be nothing to be ashamed of, but you know what I mean. Bobcat, I'm waiting for Black Widow to be available free. I was debating between Black Widow and Cruella, but I chose Cruella. Do you know what? I'm going to wait to see both of them for free. I have no interest in Cruella. I think she looks terrible. And I think if you're talking about woke movies, get ready to go broke. And I really like the actor who's playing Cruella. I think it's a terrible choice for her. I don't know why she chose it. These people, I mean, their choices are limited because we're talking about, is this the worst era of entertainment? Yes, it is. And for great actors and artists, the choices are limited, I'm afraid. Black Widow, you know, I think it's going to be a great movie, by the way, but we should have had it like 10 years ago, you know. I just want someone to come in the chat who I can argue with. I'm feeling in a very argumentative mood. Bobcat, Cruella looks decent to me as long as it isn't pure feminists. It will be. This is 21st century Hollywood. These people are tone deaf, right? Simple as that. They need me to go in there. I'd sort them out. Scott Edwards, does Lana leave the show on good terms with Clark and everyone? Well, no. She does leave Clark. Basically, the parting of Lana and Clark is very, very tragic. And if you don't cry, you ain't human. She will leave. She will leave basically at the end of season 7, but she'll return for multiple episodes in season 8, which is her big exit, and you won't see her again. But get ready for an epic Smallville season 3 finale. It's massive. Everything is going to hell by the end of that episode, and you won't know what's going to happen next. And then you're going to see our supernatural friend Jensen Ackles as Jason Teague, and Jane Seymour plays his evil mother. Very exciting. Bobcat, does Harley do anything in the film? I'm pretty sure her and Rick hook up, but I didn't think they'd show anything. Right, I'm not going to give you spoilers. She's front and center in the film. There's no question about that. Ronnie Dodge, I can't find anything about the Manta Squad on Twitter. Interesting. Yeah, what's his name? I forgot his name already. But I'm not good with names anyway, so don't take it personally. I forget my own name sometimes. Sometimes I'll be reading an article talking about someone and I forget their damn name. It's like when I'm shagging someone, I'm like going, oi you, oi you, oi you. Forgot your name. Who needs names anyway? Do you know what, though? There hasn't been any big news, any big DC news for ages now. So that Manta Squad thing's exciting, but if we can't find anything... So basically, I forgot the geezer's name, because he's one of our regulars, isn't he? Sam Dejan Reviews. I like Ocean 8 because it was trying to hate on the original. It was doing its own thing with it. It's Ocean's 8 with the women. I don't like that film. Bobcat, very excited for the Suicide Squad. Are you? I didn't realise. Ronnie Dodge, did you see Barbara post a pic of all the chocolates they have for Andy shooting the Flash? And you know what I said to her? The Flash is going to need those with all that running. Lock up your treats, I said to her. Scott Edwards, the best thing in the Arrowverse are the early seasons and the crossover events. The best crossover event is Flash versus Arrow. Best crossover event. It's small, but it works. It wasn't hating on the original. I know that, but a film's not good just because it doesn't hate. Listen to me, right? When I hear them announce a project these days, it's like, oh, that's my attitude. There's just no motivation in me anymore. And I mean, 10, 15 years ago, I was like, yes, yes, yes. Do you remember when Man of Steel was first announced, right? Exciting. Do you remember when the night we heard Disney had bought Lucasfilm? I was excited. They announced they were going to be making like 2 or 3 movies a year or whatever, right? And I thought, wow, this is awesome. They've sorted Marvel out. They're going to do Star Wars as well. How wrong could I be? How wrong? As I say, these people are creatively bankrupt. And they shouldn't. These people should swap positions with us. We should do their jobs, and they should do our jobs. Ronnie Dodge, I think they're going to save stuff for fandom for new projects. Well, I know, but there should be some big news coming out before then. We need it. They'll announce something. Bobcat, unpopular opinion. I liked Ghostbusters 2016 mainly because Ghostbusters wasn't my favourite when I was a kid. So I enjoyed the comedy. I loved the entire cast, especially Leslie Jones. Well, you see, you didn't like the original. So that's why you liked that one. But let's put it this way, the whole world loves the originals, right? Scott Edwards, do you think Bruce makes Barry's new suit in The Flash? I think so. I think so. I'm interested. You see, that's something else they're changing. But I think he's going to need a new suit to be able to travel in time. Although he did it in the Snyder Cut with that suit. Sam Jam Reviews. Is Kevin Feige doing the Star Wars movie? Apparently, but we haven't heard any details. Ronnie Dodge. I was going to say Hollywood boycotting the Golden Globes. Maybe we should boycott Hollywood. They wouldn't like that unpopular opinion. No, they wouldn't. They'd start crying and blame us men for it. Bobcat, yeah, I understand why people don't like it, but I personally watch it like twice a year. I bought it on DVD, though. I don't hate the movie. I think it's okay. But, you know, it's not a classic. It's not a great movie, is it? But it's okay. Listen, Bobcat, it should have been 2 men in that team and 2 women. That would have been fair, but they're not interested in fairness. They're interested in revenge, right? That's it. You know, the guy from Thor, what's his name, right? He should have been part of the team, not a bloody secretary, but they were making it as commentary. They were making a point. by having him as the bimbo behind the counter. It's pathetic. Sam Dejan reviews. Taika Waititi is still doing a Star Wars movie and Patty Jenkins. She's doing a movie and he's doing a trilogy. That's right. It wouldn't surprise me. You know what? We haven't heard anything from Patty in a long time. She's very quiet unless she's developing and she's working on something. Ronnie Dodge, I'm excited for Ghostbusters Afterlife because it's about Egon's grandkids. It's interesting. I hope it's going to be good. I think the original characters will be ghosts. For sure. Definitely. Scott Edwards, I hope the Flash movie isn't overcrowded when there's going to be a lot of cameos there, Scott. I don't mind overcrowded films. If you do it properly, it's not a problem. I don't really think that's a real criticism when people say, well, this film was overcrowded. They said Batman Returns was overcrowded. Not for me. Bobcat, yeah, but I didn't think they were taking themselves that seriously, which is problematic with Ghostbusters because it's a beloved franchise. But I can watch it and have a good time. Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, Paul Feig, who did that film, he makes certain types of films. I don't know why they even let him do it. He was totally the wrong person because his motivations were all wrong. Bobcat, I love Batman Returns, so do I. Sam Dejan reviews. Why do you hate Patty Jenkins? Sam, why do you assume I hate people just because I make some commentary about something they made or something like that? So I don't hate Patty Jenkins. I don't know the woman. I'm just telling you that the reputation after people saw Wonder Woman 84, especially from inside the industry, isn't good for Patty. It's not about hate. Ronnie Dodge, I think The Flash will have a lot of characters, but I think Spider-Man No Way Home will be more overcrowded. I think in both films you're talking about more cameos than anything. They will do it in a way that it's not overcrowded. So not a problem at all. That's not an issue for me. Not even a concern. Bobcat, I laugh every time at the soup jokes in Ghostbusters, so I can turn it on when I need a good laugh, which is always good. I can't even remember if they had the original Ghostbusters song by Ray Parker Jr. I bet they didn't. It should have continued. Abraham Herrera, Mick, I just came from the live first 15 minutes of Army of the Dead. It was fantastic, I'm sure it is, and people are saying it's actually the highlight of the film. That's why they're showing it to us, I think. Sam Dejan reviews, you hate for Wonder Woman 84. You keep saying she isn't doing Star Wars. That's my theory. I could be wrong. I don't hate Wonder Woman 84. I think the film's problematic and the third act is wonderful. You're making assumptions, mate. You're making assumptions about what someone else is saying, and that's wrong, mate. I'm making critiques about the woman and her art. That's not hatred. If I don't like something, I don't like something. It doesn't mean I hate the person who made it. Scott Edwards, oh man, I'm excited. We're getting a new standalone Batman movie after 10 years. I also love they're introducing a ton of characters off the bat, like Catwoman and Riddler. Yeah, he's going to develop the Bat family too. This is going to be great. The guy is a big fan of DC and especially Batman. Bobcat, I really want to watch Harry Potter now for some reason, lol. Haven't seen it in ages, but it's certainly a great series of movies. No question, great success. But if J.K. Rowling wasn't on the set and wasn't onto them 24/7, they would have fucked up those movies. No question about that. I think it's important in life to be blatant. When people say something to you, you have to be blatantly honest about how you feel about stuff. Because I think if you're too weak and you're in the middle, then people can take advantage of you or your opinions. But why do I treat people like simpletons? So I tell them things in layman's terms. Bobcat, Wonder Woman 3 should be called Wonder Woman 2048, like Blade Runner 2049. Well, there's no reason. I've got nothing against that. It won't happen, but it's an interesting concept. But it's going to be set in the modern era, so Again, that wouldn't happen. I mean, a futuristic Wonder Woman would certainly be interesting, but Patty wants to make messaging about the modern era and COVID. Yeah. Saka! Bobcat. Oh, that was Sam, not Milo. I thought, was it? I can't. What? Hey, what? Bobcat. I actually saw it for the first time last year. Never got into it, but now it's one of my favourite film franchises ever. Oh, Harry Potter. Yeah, classic. I like the way the first two are light. Then from movie 3, it gets so dark and it's fantastic. And the casting is sensational. Ronnie Dodge, I'm hoping we have leaks of the Flash movie set soon. I want to see Ezra in his suit. That stuff will be revealed officially. You won't see it. I think they're very, very good with their security these days. Bobcat, I'm a Hufflepuff. Oh, that's good. I'm a Slytherin. So don't mess with a Slytherin, right? Or have ya? Don't mess with us gangsters. Sanders Young Reviews, I don't think she's doing Wonder Woman 3. I think that Zach is doing it. That's what Grace Randolph said. Although, she's an interesting woman, old Grace, isn't she? I think she's one of these people who loves being hated. I just get she's like one of those evil teachers at school who seems to get off, right? Or the new boss at work. I'm in charge now, and you're going to do as I say. Oh, yes, Grace. Dominate me, baby. I think DC fandom, Zach is doing, and Patty will do the Amazons movie. Interesting. Can she do neither? Ronnie Dodge, I don't believe Grace. Sorry, I don't. Bobcat, my favourite MCU battle is in Guardians Volume 2 when Yonder Rocket and Groot are escaping the Ravengers with Come a Little Bit Closer playing. Yeah, pretty cool. My best moment from a film is this. You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth. Sanders and Reviews. Why does Grace hate Jessica Chastain and Henry Cavill? Only Grace knows why Grace says and does and feels the stuff Grace does. I don't know why she... Look, she's jealous of Chastain. Grace was an actress. She's a failed actress. Chastain is successful. She probably sees some maybe similarities between themselves. So women are jealous of women. Forget all this crap on social media. Women lifting up women. Women don't like each other. Sanders and Reviews, there should be Marvel versus DC movie. Yeah, it'll happen. It'll definitely happen. I just reckon Kevin Feige and Walter Hamada should get in a ring and fight each other. That'd be quick and easy, wouldn't it? My money is on Hamada, by the way. Bobcat, too bad Yondu has long hair now and will die brutally in the Suicide Squad, lol. Scott Edwards, Superman and Lois and Stargirl are on a whole other level when it comes to DC shows. Oh, yes, Scott, have you seen the Superman and Lois trailer? We were talking about it on today's Big Mouth Daily Live. It's an amazing trailer. I'm so excited. What a unique take on Superman. Ronnie Dodge, I wanted Jessica to be Nora so it could wind up Grace. That would have been hilarious. Bobcat, winner takes both franchises. Go. Oh, right. Yeah. Walter versus Kevin. Walter's going to win, mate. I can tell Walter Hamada's a dirty little fighter. I can tell. He's going to grab you by your sack. He's going to squash it around. You've got no chance, Feig. And you know what Feig's weakness is? You know Superman's got kryptonite. If you take Feig's hat off, then he gets weaker. I've worked it out. So what about this BS that Feig said? If Doctor Strange came into WandaVision, it would be a white man taking over a woman's show. What utter crap. Scott Edwards, I like how Superman Lois has only loose connections to Arrowverse. Fred Bear connections to Arrowverse. I'm still hoping it's not actually connected at all. Sanders and reviews. There should be a Marvel versus DC game. I doubt they will make a movie. Oh, I think they will. I think that's what we're heading for. Bobcat. They should choose champions. My money is on Air Bubble Aquaman. Wow, the likes are good tonight. 8 likes. Doesn't sound very much. But this time last night, I think I was still on 2 likes. So 7 viewers, 8 likes. Not a bad average for an unpopular YouTuber that nobody's ever heard of before. Let's face it, out of the Snyder fandom who have got YouTube channels, I'm the best looking YouTuber. No question. They can keep the viewers. I've got my looks, mate. Bobcat, I mean, I would buy so much Air Bubble Aquaman merch. Never going to happen, mate. Ronnie Dodge, I want an RPG Wonder Woman game and Gal doing all the voiceover. That would be awesome. I'd like that. That would actually be fantastic. I'd really like that. So cool. Cool idea, Ronnie. Definitely. Yeah, I'm afraid WB haven't got any kind of vision for games. It's weird. Sam's reviews. We need a Flash video game and a Superman game. That would be awesome. I'd really like that. A Superman game. I'd love to have a Superman game I was addicted to. Bobcat, I found you doing my daily The Suicide Squad. Looked through and saw your review and watched it twice. Ha ha ha. Awesome. Awesome. Glad you liked it twice. Wow, that's 2 more views. Thank you. I need all the help I can get because this channel is going nowhere, isn't it? Sanders have reviews, but it's 2 studios, Disney and Warner Brothers. So who gets the rights and distribution? Both of them do. They would have to share them. A bit like what they did. What was it? Was it Watchmen? There was a couple of companies that had to come together, and there was a bit of an argument and divide over that. So it'd be a very similar thing. Ronnie Dodge, the Flash movies probably have so many spin-offs on HBO Max. Going to be interesting. Maybe Sasha Calle's Supergirl will get a spin-off on HBO Max, which will get all the feminists up in arms. Supergirl's a girl, and she's only on HBO Max. That's disgusting. What I love about social media, people are always getting upset about some bullshit that doesn't matter. Sanderjan reviews, they could do an animated movie and have the actors do the voices from the movies. That'd be interesting. I don't know what you're talking about though, Sam. What movie? Animated what? Remember when everyone was arguing about animated Snyderverse? Bobcat, be right back. Okay. Bobcat's gone to create an air bubble. 9 likes now. Ronnie Dodge, she will have a solo movie. She will. She will. She's a big deal. She's Supergirl, so she should just do her damn properly. If we get anything, if the Flash movie isn't the best thing ever, but we get a great Supergirl, I'll take that. Because since Helen Slater, we haven't had a good Supergirl, right? Because Melissa Benoist's Supergirl It's a no from me. And do you know what? They keep on changing her fucking costume all the time. Actually, her early costume was the best, but she can't wear a skirt. We can't see any leg now, right? It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Let's be honest about it. This industry is just toast. Toast. Social media destroyed the entertainment industry. They listen to these whack jobs on social media. This is the problem. Social media has ruined entertainment. And I'm sticking with that hot take. Sam Jan reviews Marvel versus DC. Oh, right, animated. Well, that would be fun for starters. But a live action one is where the money is, Sam. Where the money is where the money, and live action is where the money is. What I do with animation, I do a live action Marvel versus DC, then I do an animation thing, some kind of team ups on Disney Plus, and some team ups on HBO Max. I think that could really work. But cinematically, a live action film, DC versus Marvel, would be awesome, and it would bring the bread home, that's for sure. Sam the Jan reviews Supergirl, Brandon Routh, Superman, Batman Beyond, Man of Steel 2. Yusuf Ojawan, you wonder why manga outselling comics now. Is there any evidence of that? Sam the Jan reviews, I like the Smallville Supergirl. She was very good. Laura Van der Voot, a Canadian actress, very good. Very, very good. But they gave her pretty much the whole of season 7, didn't they? Then she went. And then Clark bumped into her in the Phantom Zone in season 8 again. But she was pretty good. I liked her. I prefer her to Melissa Benoist for sure. And I like the stuff they did with her and Luthor as well. So what are your best films of all time? Let me know. Let me know what your best films of all time are. Try and be imaginative, of course. Of course, you can only choose what you like anyway. I know that, but I hope we're not just all going to go for Snyder stuff. I think the film that made an impression on me was JFK, directed by Oliver Stone. That's probably my film of all time. There's been a lot of films that have had impressions on me. None, Sam the Jan reviews, they should do an animated movie, but the Spider-Verse animation, that would be awesome. Spider-Verse is an awesome movie and they're making a sequel. Can't wait to see that. It's a bit weird, like if these three Spider-Men are teaming up in live action, but also Sony are doing this kind of animated sequel to these Spider-Men being together in animation. It's a bit odd and repetitive, isn't it? Be funny if the rumours were actually live. Sam the Jan reviews, I want Superman and Spider-Man crossover movie. It happened in the comics. That would be awesome. That would be a great two characters to mix together. Favourite movies, guys? Come on. Let's be having you. Tell me your favourite movies of all time. Each person give me a movie. Ronnie Dodge, probably The Empire Strikes Back. Awesome movie from a superior era of film as well. My favourite Star Wars movie from the original trilogy is definitely A New Hope. But then my favourite movie from the Nolan trilogy is Batman Begins rather than The Dark Knight. But I do like The Empire Strikes Back. It's a sensational film. It really is. Such a clever film. It's actually a good choice, Ronnie, because most people, when you ask them their best films, just pick movies from the modern era, which is kind of boring. Because nothing in the modern era is superior to stuff in the 80s or the 90s. Are there many films better than Ghost nowadays? No. Ronnie Dodge, Batman Begins is my favourite out of the whole trilogy. Mine too, Ronnie. Good taste. Lots of FaceTime, great development for Bruce Wayne. It's a sensational movie. Definitely. I'd love to know who the people on the live are who don't actually put anything in the comments. It's a bit mysterious, isn't it? Who's watching that we don't know about? Sam the Jam Reviews, Spider-Man 2, Ronnie Dodge. Also, I grew up with Never Ending Story. Do you know what? I've never seen those movies. I've heard good things. I've never seen the Godfather movies. What a crime that is. Sam the Jam Reviews, Batman Begins. Yeah. A few Batman Begins fans in the chat tonight, which is awesome. Sam the Jam Reviews, Scarface. What a film. What a film. And unfortunately, they've done a reboot. So, why? What's wrong with these creatively bankrupt people? Make your own bloody stuff, you mediocre generation. Yusuf Ajuwan, do you watch My Hero Academia or not? No, I don't, unfortunately. But to be honest, Yusuf, there's so many things to watch these days, I can't keep up. Streaming has spoiled things as well. Favourite films, anyone? We've had 2 entries so far. Spider-Man 2 is a good one, isn't it? Yeah. Ronnie George, I think I might add Terminator 2 to the one of my favourites. Yeah, Terminator 2 is a sensational movie. A sensational movie. Groundbreaking effects, great story, great performances. Linda Hamilton, the star of that film for me. A sad ending when he puts himself down in the incinerator and dies. Ed Furlong, a great early performance from him. Unfortunately, now he's, well, the reason they killed him off from that latest Terminator is because he's in no state to be in any movie. Goodfellas, awesome. Casino, awesome. RoboCop original movie, what a film. What a film. Ronnie Dodge, James Cameron is the GOAT. Yeah, don't forget he did Titanic as well, which they said was going to flop. It was one of the most successful films of all time until Avengers Endgame turned up. And Avatar, by the way. Yeah, James Cameron is an interesting director for sure. Sam the Jam Reviews, the original Scarface was a remake of the 1936 movie. Yeah, but look what they gave us. Do you really think a remake in this era is going to come to that level? Please. Shutter Island, yeah, I love that film. And to be fair, remakes were rare back then as well. Sam the Jam Reviews, The Shawshank Redemption. Oh, film, I love it. Seven's brilliant just for the twist at the end. A Few Good Men, what a movie. Field of Dreams, what a movie. Revenge, what a movie. Born on the 4th of July. Now that's a movie that these hacks can touch now. Ronnie Dodge, I'm gutted that Terminator franchise went the way it did because they tried to go woke. Do you know what? I just don't think people are interested. It's all about capes now. People are not interested. I think do a great TV show, set in the future, Rebels versus the Machines, a Walking Dead type show, I think it would be awesome on a streaming platform. But as continuing the franchise cinematically, I just don't think enough people are interested because they've tried so many films now. Clearly, there's not the audience there. Of course, it would help. And the thing is now, they repeat themselves. It's always people being chased by the Terminator. Do a Civil War type thing in the future. You know, people versus the machines. It would be awesome. No imagination. And until they get an imagination and they're obsessed with showing Arnie all the time, forget Arnie. Arnie isn't the whole franchise. Get over it, right? You know, he's a bloody droid robot and he's aging, right? Which is obviously ridiculous. I mean, I've got a lot of time for Arnie as a movie star, but, you know, we have to draw a line somewhere. Although he was the best thing about the last movie, that's for sure. The last good thing they made after Terminator 2 was the Sarah Connor Chronicles, or whatever it was called. That was awesome. Oh my God, look who they cast as Sarah. And she ended up on Game of Thrones as Cersei. Awesome. Great Irish actress as well. Sam Dejan reviews, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, never seen it. Ronnie Dodge, can I just say happy birthday? Our next Batman, Robert Pattinson. Yeah, happy birthday, Rob. Welcome to the DC family. I stand all my DC people. And I'm not just biased to a certain group of people because I'm fair like that. Sam Dejan reviews, Fight Club is awesome. Great movie. What a fucked up film that is. That's why I love it. And I like Mr. Nobody, starring Jared Leto. That's a fucked up movie as well. Brilliant, though. Right, if you haven't liked it, if you haven't liked the video, get me up to 10 likes. I'm 9 likes. Get me up to 10 if you don't mind. I'm trying to think how to get more people in my lives. I'm thinking of doing a strip or something, but I think that would bring less people to the chat, not more. Ronnie Dodge, I love the first Speed movie. Pretty cool. Sam Dejan reviews, they said they were doing an anime series on Netflix. Ronnie Dodge, it says 10 likes on here. Oh, I've only got 9. On my screen, I see 9 likes. Sam Dejan reviews, The Shining. Yeah, awesome. So I think as we close off this video in a few minutes, we can say that this is a creatively bankrupt era of Hollywood. And it's the worst era of films since I've been alive. Sam Dejan reviews, I like Terminator Salvation. It's so underrated. Yes, Sam, you're right. I agree with you for once. You know, Christian Bale was great. I think it was awesome. It was a really good take. It was interesting. I really like that movie for sure. I think surprisingly, McG did a good job. I mean, McG shouldn't really be near any film, but he did a good job there. Sam Dejan reviews, they should do a Jaws 5. Do you know what? I never got into Jaws. I saw the films, but you know, how many fucking films about sharks can they do? But if we had an awesome CG shark, that could be interesting. But you know, it's not scary, is it? It's not. It was back then, but it's not anymore. They should do an ET too. That'd be fun. Elliot. Elliot. Phone home. Ronnie Dodge, I like The Italian Job with Michael Caine. Never seen it, but I've heard good things. I know there's a few things you'll be surprised that I haven't watched before. We need a Buck Rogers movie, though. Buck Rogers is such an awesome thing. I can't believe no one's doing a Buck Rogers kind of franchise. It would be awesome. Sam the Jam reviews Braveheart is one of the best films ever made, just like The Passion of the Christ. So again, I agree with you. We're on a roll. Apocalypto's an awesome film. Mel Gibson's just a great writer and director. Wow, what a guy he is. Oh dear, dear. It's not even 10 p.m. here, and I'm bloody tired. Ronnie Dodge, have you seen the movie Battle of Britain? It's a classic war movie. No, I haven't, I'm afraid. I have not seen that one, I'm afraid. I have not seen that one. I think the only oldie films I used to watch are films like Gone with the Wind, Laurel and Hardy, stuff like that. Charlie Chaplin movies, you know, things like that. But in Hollywood's past, there's some great films, and they look even better now because of the crap they're putting out there now. Ronnie Dodge has Michael Caine in there as well. Oh no, never heard of it. Although he was in a lot of films, wasn't he, back in the day? And not all of them successful. My name is Michael Caine. Ronnie Dodge, Forrest Gump. My name is Forrest Gump. Oh, I love that film. That film is one of the most classic, perfect movies ever. And I mean ever. Love that film. That's 94 when they were making some great stuff. Around the era of Mrs. Doubtfire and things like that. Great movies. You know, no light shows, no CG, pure character, pure story. We missed that from Hollywood and they're not interested in doing it anymore. I've just had a thought of what they'll do with another Mrs. Doubtfire, and I don't want to say it because I don't want to get in trouble. But I know exactly what they'd do with a Mrs. Doubtfire reboot. Give me strength. Ronnie Dodge is a guilty pleasure. I love Mrs. Doubtfire. Mrs. Doubtfire in the third act makes me cry buckets all the time. Such an emotionally funny but an emotional film. So great. Sally Field is as good as Robin Williams. And of course, we got Pierce Brosnan, our former Bond, in that movie as well, which is awesome piece of casting. Oh boy, what a superior era of films we have lost. What a shame, everyone. What a shame. Sam the Jam reviews The Mask. Somebody stop there. I love that film. That's another classic, isn't it? So inventive that film is, isn't it? And Jim Carrey, what a talent. I don't even mind his Riddler. Sam the Jam reviews. I like Cable Guy. It's so underrated. Or Cable Guy, yeah. And I like how dark it can get at times as well. A pretty awesome movie, yeah. Couple of more minutes, everyone, then we're going to wave goodnight. Ronnie Dodge, Pet Ventura. Oh, yeah, I love Pet Ventura or Ace Ventura, Pet Detective. I think that's what you're talking about. It is awesome. They were the early days of Jim Carrey's career, but what a career. What a career. Sam Dejan reviews The Crow, it doesn't need a reboot. No, The Crow is a stunning film. The late Brandon Lee's final performance was beyond what I thought he was capable of. He certainly was there from his talent and not because he was Bruce Lee's son. A sensational film. What a film! Probably one of the best comic book movies ever. Ronnie Dodge, Dumb and Dumber. I've never seen them, to be honest. I was never attracted to those films. But another great performance, of course, by Jim Carrey. I'm trying to think what movies I grew up liking. Obviously, the Indiana Jones movie, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade, classic. The Back to the Future trilogy, classic. E.T., classic. Top Gun, classic. Cocktail, classic. I don't think Tom Cruise has done a bad movie. The one he did with Penelope Cruz as well, Vanilla Sky, that's a great movie. A River Runs Through It as well with Brad Pitt. You've probably never heard of it, but it's a great movie. Oh, I know a film. Oh, it's with Dennis Quaid. Very old film. DOA, Dead on Arrival. That's a fucking amazing film. An amazing film. DOA, Dead on Arrival. Great movie. Great movie. That's what I'm talking about. They don't make things like that now. Please don't give me the Knives Out crap. Right, everyone, I'm going to bid you goodnight right now. It's been another great chat. Thank you very much for joining me. I will be back tomorrow with the Big Mouth Daily Live. Please, DC, give us some big news. Give us some announcements, for crying out loud. Come on now. Ronnie Dodge, Die Hard 1 and 2 was amazing. Yeah, Die Hard 1 and 2 are sensational movies, man. Sensational movies. Lethal Weapon. All Lethal Weapon films are classic, but the first is the best. Sam Dejan reviews. I want a mask free with Jim Carrey. Anything's possible. Anything's possible, everyone. Any more film suggestions before I go? No? Right. I'm going now. And I will see you. Ronnie Dodge, maybe we get some news this evening. I hope so. I really do. I'm on cold turkey here, man. We need some big, big news to wind everyone up. Right? Be really good. Anyway, back tomorrow with the Big Mouth Daily Live. Check me out then. Follow me on Twitter @MoviesTVMad and spread the word about the channel. If you're going to rewatch the video, like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below. It all helps to get engagement. And I will see you again soon. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for keeping me talking. It's very awesome, and I'm enjoying these streams. See you again soon. See you tomorrow, Ronnie.